You should put it in the front.
All right. First of all, nerve cell. What's the nerve cell called? Neuron. Nerve cell's called a neuron. What are these? What's this one? Axon.
Dendrite.
Dendrites. What's this space?
Acetylcholine. Oh, synaptic
That
cleft.
space is called what? Synaptic cleft. That space there, all right? We have to build a bridge. What do we build a bridge with?
Acetylcholine.
Acetylcholine. If we have to break down the bridge, what do we break down the bridge with? Esterase. Acetylcholine esterase breaks down the bridge.
So what is the synaptic cleft?
The space.
Oh, just that space.
Real lab. Real lab.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. This is the space. This is the space. Synaptic cleft is the space. Okay, don't touch. Don't touch. Okay. Acetylcholine builds the bridge. Acetylcholine esterase breaks down the bridge. What are these two chemicals called? Neurotransmitter. We need the same amount of one as the other. If we don't have the same amount of one as the other, what happens?
What's the neurotransmitter?
Right, there's an imbalance.
Acetylcholine
okay? What would your movements be?
Acetylcholine esterase.
Those are transmitters.
Yeah, one builds and one takes down the bridge.
What is on this? The myelin sheath. What does it do? It's an insulator, wire insulator, right? What kind of cells make the myelin sheath?
Schwann cells.
What happens if your myelin sheath starts to deteriorate?
You like that word?
You short out what disease is that? Multiple sclerosis, that's that. Okay. What consists of your central nervous system? Brain and spinal cord. What the neurons called in your arms and your legs and everywhere else then? Peripheral nervous system. There's two parts of the peripheral nervous system. The peripheral nervous system that takes impulses to the CNS. Sensory. The peripheral nervous system that takes sensations away from the CNS. Motor. Okay, sensory motor. When a sensation goes into the peripheral nerves and just goes around the spinal cord and comes back out, that's called the reflex.
Reaction.
Yeah, it's a reflex reaction. Okay?
Motor goes away from the system. All right.
Okay. Now, here's the brain, here's the spinal cord. What do the ventricles make? Cerebral spinal fluid. What color should cerebral spinal fluid be?
Clear.
Clear. What happens if it's cloudy? What's that? Infection, bacterial infection. Okay? What do we know about the fluid? It has to always be a what? Constant pressure? Constant, everything should be in that fluid. Constant amount, constant pressure. All right? What happens if we get what kind of system is this? Sterile. Closed sterile system. What happens if we get a break in this system? And that infection is called Well, it gets to that. What's the disease? So down here. Meningitis. Okay, meningitis. If meningitis causes infection, it causes swelling. Can it swell out there?
No.
It swells in here, and this is another form of what? Compartment syndrome. And what happens to your spinal cord?
It gets pressure on
It gets compressed. And how will you know you have a compressed spinal cord? Yeah, numbness and tingling in your leg. Okay? What's the difference between spinal injury and spinal shock?
Shock comes back eventually.
Shock is temporary. Shock will come back. It's just when you're supported shock. Okay? All right. What happens if you have an obstruction here and the fluid cannot get down to the spinal column? What happens? What happens up here? It'll keep making fluid. What happens to your head? It's huge. Yeah. Such hydrocephalus. How do we take care of this? A shunt. Yeah. We take a shunt from here and it goes into your abdomen. Okay. Take a shunt from here to your abdomen. Okay. What do we know? There's parts of the brain. What do we know about the part of the brain called the cerebellum? What is it for? Knows, you know where you are in space. It's your center for balance. Okay. You know where you are in space. All right. What else about the nervous system? Somebody's got their notes. Did we cover it pretty?
She covers spinal tap.
Is hydrocephalus, are you born with that? I have a Bible say you're born with it.
Okay. I'm just gonna ask
I
you.
don't know.
I didn't ask you about a TENS or a nerve stimulator. I just talked about that.
How do you get that hydrocephalus thing?
How do you get water in the brain? It's when you
I
get
know
blood.
it's the blockage, but I mean, do we need to know what causes it or anything like that now?
Usually it's like a